What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video. Yesterday I was on my phone and I was looking around and I saw, look, the world is getting crazy. Boys are girls, girls are boys. People think they're Furbies. All this nonsense, right? The more nonsense in life people accept, the more reality that you let go of, the more nonsense gets introduced. That's exactly what today's video is about. I'm going to read this to you and I'm going to go over it, right? I'm not going to go over it a lot because I want you to sit there and ponder on how crazy this is getting by people just being accepting. Look, you need to be accepting of people. You don't need to be accepting of nonsense, right? Men are men, women are women, black, white, Asian, old, young, sick, pretty, deformed, fat, thin, accepting. When you start going into the realm of nonsense and pretending this is Narnia and you just went through some wardrobe and then everything's what's up is down, what's down is up, what's left is right, what's right is left, we end up getting further and further through the rabbit hole. And eventually you get to the part of absolute insanity and people just nod their head saying this makes sense, this is okay, and no, it's not. Let's get to it. Norwegian man now identifies as disabled woman, uses wheelchair almost all the time. A man in Norway is sparking outrage on social media after he was sympathetically interviewed about his decision to begin identifying as a disabled woman. Hard stop. Sympathetically interviewed. He's sick. He needs a psychologist. He needs medication. He needs to find out what his problem is because he's not disabled and he's not a woman, but now he wants to pretend to be a disabled woman. So never mind the woman part. Now we're just pretending people who aren't disabled, who have had no trauma to them, who weren't born with a deformity, who haven't had a degenerative issue, who haven't had a car accident or something happen to them, are now just disabled. So what's going to stop him from competing at the Special Olympics against actually disabled people? Nothing. Can I pretend I have an IQ of 80 so I can compete at the Special Olympics? Maybe. I don't think it's right. It's at what point do we stop this nonsense? And it has to stop now. But I'll just continue to read to see how much crazier it gets. Because I know some of you out there are like, what in the hell is he reading? Well, I'm going to post it on here. I'll post a link. You can check it out yourself. I'm not making this up. Boy, I wish I was. On October 28th, Good Morning Norway aired an interview with Jored Victoria Alme, 53. Oh, so he's not even a child. He's 53 doing this nonsense. An able-bodied male who now identifies as a disabled woman. In the interview, Alme stated that he had always wished he had been born a woman who was paralyzed from the waist down. Then put on a dress and go hit by a car. If you wish you were disabled, you can easily become paralyzed from the waist down. Just go do some shit that makes you paralyzed from the waist down, right? Jump into a pool head first. You can figure it out. This is the problem with today's society. We're overly empathetic to the point where we're empathetic to complete and utter nonsense. Now look, this isn't to demoralize anybody or to say that people who struggle with certain things aren't valid. You're absolutely valid. But is this valid? Is this where where are we going next? I'm going to identify as a four-year-old girl who's 6'3" with a beard, but I identify as a 4-year-old girl. And somebody out there is like, that's okay if you identify. No, it's not. Knock off the empathy. Knock off the nonsense. The Western Hemisphere, the first world of the Western Hemisphere, is so easy. Canada, America. I don't even know the Western Hemisphere. I'll take that back. Western society, Canada, America, England, Australia, New Zealand, France, name the other countries. It's so easy for us. We come up with nonsense. There's no struggle. There's no war. There's no famine. The only struggle is apparently being fake disabled, trying to get up a hill in a wheelchair until you're sick of pushing with your arms. You just get up and stand up and push it up like a shopping cart. The more of this that people accept, the worse it's going to get. Eventually, you're going to be people thinking they're bears. Like, look, I identify as the President of the United States. Joe Biden, give me your job. Give me the keys to the Oval Office. I'm Canadian. It doesn't even matter, though. Just give me the keys. Regardless if I'm Canadian, I identify as an American. I identify as the President of the United States. Give me the keys. I win the vote, right? MAGA, all that stuff. Nonsense. I'll just, what are we doing? And I know I'm just mumbling and saying nonsense because it's so hard to articulate how stupid this is. You are who you are. You can change who you are, but you can only change who you are. You can't change into someone else. You're not Doctor Strange, right? You're not, what is that woman from X-Men, the blue chick? You're not a shapeshifter. You're you. You can be a better version of you by working hard, by becoming more educated, by becoming fitter, by becoming better, well-rounded, by getting some counseling to deal with your mental health problems. We all can. But the idea that you're so sick of being you, you're now someone else, is utter nonsense. I'm done. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, tell me why I'm wrong, tell me why I'm all these terrible things. I'm out.